icicle, bicycle, left field.
Left field? What about right field?
No, it's never like, came way out of right field.
No, I mean, nobody does do that. That is weird.
Well, it's not
What's wrong with left field?
It's about, you're holding the bat in the certain way around. So I guess, like, if you're a lefty...
No, I'm a lefty, though.
Yeah, do you go, I came way out of right field?
I'm going to start doing that.
Hello and welcome back to the Space Jam Continuum, the show where we try to make a cohesive cinematic universe out of something that was never meant to be one. I'm Chris McLennan.
I'm Carl Noble.
And things have started to get iffy in the Tooniverse. Like we've had deaths, we've had corrections, we've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. It's getting really difficult to fathom the big picture of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, because we know the end goal...
Yeah,
that helps. But like, because if we didn't know that, we would be like, I don't understand what's happening now. And I mean, I don't really understand what's happening anyway.
I mean, I think to say that in the whole previous series, we understood what was happening.
We had a general idea of like where
correct.
things were going, though.
But like, I felt more like we had a direction. Like, I could see what's going on. I think we've got a lot of characters now.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's about working out where each of them fits into the grander scheme. Whereas previously, we only really had like 3 principal characters.
Yeah.
And at least one of them, you know, was power mad.
That is true. I think what would be quite fun is if we could forget that Space Jam exists and see whether or not...
See what we think's happening and then apply Space Jam...
Afterwards.
Yeah. Do a second cheeky pass.
Yeah,
and where does Space Jam fit in?
Do you think if we didn't know Space Jam existed, we would come to the conclusion now that this was all leading to some sort of intergalactic basketball game?
I think by this point, I think we would think basketball is of some cosmic relevance.
Yeah, or potentially baseball.
Or potentially baseball, but that hasn't come up as much.
No, it hasn't.
Like basketball is coming up in the tiny,
there's basketball shoes. You see people playing basketball, you know, just practicing quite a bit. So
yeah. So I don't know. I think we'd have cottoned on that. You know, basketball's of some.
What we need to do is, we have mentioned Space Jam quite a few times. I was going to say we need to find somebody who doesn't know Space Jam exists.
Sorry,
force them to listen to the podcast.
Did you just say we have said Space Jam quite a few times?
No,
podcast, the Space Jam continues.
No, I'm saying we've mentioned Space Jam as in like the film quite a few times. But it'd be quite good to find somebody who doesn't know Space Jam exists, edit our entire back catalogue. Yeah. Edit our entire back catalogue to get rid of like us talking about the film Space Jam, force them to listen to it, and see if they come to the conclusion of intergalactic basketball game.
Maybe that's when we get to
that's
Space
season
Jam
3.
And we go, okay, if we better take another pass at it with someone ignorant of the movie Space Jam. And I realised then when I said someone who doesn't know exists, it sounded like, yeah, I genuinely thought that was absurd.
Yeah.
but like it's, you know,
it's totally possible.
It goes Citizen Kane, Space Jam. Like,
but the thing is, there must be somebody out there who doesn't know that Space Jam is, because it was 1996. So anybody born after 96.
I reckon of the pool of people who would happily come onto this podcast for, as you're discussing, an entire second pass at these cartoons, of that pool of people, I reckon it would be easier to find someone who didn't know Citizen Kane existed.
Yeah, possibly.
Right. So it's Space Jam, you know, it wasn't great. But it's a big deal.
It was a big deal. It definitely was. Hence this thing.
So there's a lot of characters. It's hard to keep up, but actually, our pool of characters for this episode is reasonably focused. Like it's Hector heavy.
Sorry, I read forward a little bit.
Don't.
Sorry.
Don't read forward a little bit.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
You collecting yourself?
Yep.
So it's a Hector heavy episode, and previously we've seen him as sort of the voice of reason.
Yes.
Like, he's been quite a level-headed chap.
We figured out last time he was probably, like, the foreman for Sylvester.
Yeah, like, so dogs still hold, like, a reasonably prominent position in the workforce. Cats just doing their job. But I think this is 2 dogs, isn't it? Because Shep is a dog as well.
Yeah.
So let's see if we get any insight into dog life.
Yeah.
From Bone Sweet Bone, which is a Shep and Hector number from May 22nd, 1948. Get involved.
Yeah. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't Hector.
No, he was the wrong colour, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time with the labelling on these archived films, like, I wonder if someone's trying to pull the wool over our eyes in some way.
Either or they're just lazy. I'm thinking that like, they kind of just skip through and just go, it's Hector. And they just write it down. Like, it's just somebody who doesn't really care about their job.
Someone who isn't doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
Not like you and I.
No, I mean, we're
with
watching
our
every single one.
investigative journalism podcast, the Space Jam Continuum.
I mean, I got my spyglass out, I had a good little look, and it wasn't him.
It wasn't him at all.
At all.
For a start, he didn't have the same cool temperament.
He didn't, no. I mean, in all fairness, though, he was being robbed throughout the whole thing.
That's true. So the premise of the episode is there's it's like a paleontologist, I guess.
I guess
like,
so, yeah.
He's a sort of scientist of some kind running an exhibition.
Looks like Elmer with a beard.
He looks like Elmer with a beard. He doesn't speak like Elmer.
No.
But we think it's another egghead that made it. It's just too similar.
Yeah, they look too close.
So it's interesting that Elmer is not the only egghead who got every egghead's wish and turned human. It's happened since.
Yes.
But this guy, he's missing one of the bones from this skeleton. He's putting together for a display, and he sends his dog Shep out. He sees a Hector-like big bulldog sort of situation going off with
a bone in mouth,
a bone, and he sends Shep, his little puppy dog, off to get it.
Yeah.
He's very short-tempered with Shep. Like, he just loses his shit very quickly, and it's completely unreasonable because he finds the bone in his pocket immediately afterwards.
And it's quite a big bone. He must have at least felt the bulge.
Yeah.
You know when you can feel your wallet in your pocket and you're like, no, my wallet's there. I don't need to check. I know it's there.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. But he doesn't call Shep back. Shep goes and basically tries to rob who is labelled as Hector but clearly isn't for the rest of the episode. And then he goes back and the guy's like, what you've got there is just an old soup bone. I found the
other one in my pocket immediately after
you left and did nothing about it.
Yeah.
So that's the broad premise of the episode. Some interesting shenanigans.
Yeah.
So Shep, he's handy.
He knows what he's about. He's definitely a sentient toon.
Yeah.
Like he's got too many skills.
Too many tools.
Yeah. To have not like he knows how to mine.
Yeah.
And that's not something you just pick up.
He's got equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there's definitely like a sub-dom situation going on between him and the paleontologist. Just the way he was grovelling and kissing his feet.
Yeah, because he was really going for it. Like, just hamming up the servile nature.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But he's went out and he's like, no, now I can use all the skills at my fingertips. Let's go. Let's get this bone.
Also, just I think at the end when he's told that,
it's just a soup bone.
It was just soup bone. I think he breaks character a bit, and it belies that they're in a relationship, him and this scientist guy. It's just because he's suddenly not pretending to be like a little servile dog anymore. It's just like, well, if you think this incident is going to upset me, and it's
fantastic voice.
It's like, it's good. It's not the voice I expected to come out of Shep. I like it.
But also his singing earlier as well, because at one point he wakes up the Hector-like dog, but then sings him to sleep again, and it's like, it's actually quite a nice singing voice.
It's quite nice. Yeah. We see from this Hector-esque character some tremendous athletic prowess, demonstrating skill not only in football, but in the two principal bet hedging sports of the Space Jam Continuum, baseball and basketball.
Yeah.
So we were asking ourselves, why didn't they get this guy? This guy's pretty damn good. Like, this would have been a good place to start. Like, why have you got Porky Pig?
That seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
That seems like a poor choice.
Yeah, I mean...
For the Toon Squad.
We imagine Porky the Fourth, but I mean, we don't know. By the time we get there, it could be Porky the Fifth.
Because, like, actually thinking about it, like, and I don't remember it well, like, but just thinking of the rundown of people who are in Toon Squad, like, Porky really doesn't fit that roster.
No.
Like, Bugs, you know, pretty damn good at stuff. Taz, like, I get why he's in there.
Exactly.
It's a bit of a wild
he's
card,
got energy.
I get why he's in there.
Yeah.
Like, so Daffy, like
I can understand
he's pretty
why
good
he's
at
in there.
stuff. Like, and but
he's
like
very
Porky,
competent.
like, why is Porky in?
I don't get the Porky bit.
And why is this dog not? I'll tell you why. Because he's killed at the end of this episode.
He does as well. It's just like, because we were literally just going, oh, like, why didn't they get him? Why, like, why has Hector become such a prominent character when this guy's clearly better? And then it was just like, oh yeah, no, that's why he's dead.
Yeah. So he runs into a wall, and then for good measure, Shep just bashes him against the wall again.
Yeah.
Then
so he murders a dog for this
flops
bone.
backwards onto the ground. Shep uses him to jump over a wall, and then just chucks a flower into his
his crossed hands.
Yeah,
like Shep just killed a dog to get a bone back for his master that was just a soup bone.
Yeah. Do you think like that? Because we see it quite a lot. Like that level of passive funeral arrangements is just acceptable in the Tooniverse?
I mean, I suppose maybe if you do
is
that...
it like just an apologetic, I'm sorry.
What I'm thinking is if you do that, does that get you off the crime? You don't
have to go to zoo.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it can completely get you off the crime, but I think it'd show like, you know...
It brings it down to a misdemeanor.
Harm. Yeah.
It's like, I do a bit of community service and we'll just call it quits. Don't do it again.
Do you think that's why that dog that killed all those people, we never saw him in zoo? Because he technically buried them all.
I mean, I guess so. Or maybe he always had like a funeral service.
Well, if
and
you
just
think
put
about
on really nice services for them all.
He blew one load of them up.
Yeah.
After, as you so eloquently put, this was like, sorry, this is something from like
way back at the start, like second
episode we ever did. But like it was the biggest mass murder we've witnessed in the Tooniverse.
Yeah.
He blows up a group of people. But as you put it, he was making a hole. He
was building a hole.
Building a hole.
Yeah.
So they're in there.
Yeah,
they're buried.
Yeah, buried.
Okay, job done. Misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Pick up some litter or something. And then the second time he killed a load of people, it was in a fire, cremated. Just like
there it is. If you make some sort of semblance towards a funeral, like arrangement, then it must knock it down to misdemeanor.
So in the Tooniverse, if you want to murder somebody, your best bet is to either bury them alive or burn them.
Yeah.
That's just good advice. That's just good.
Some good solid advice.
Just legal counsel for the Tooniverse.
Should we become Toon lawyers? That'd be quite good.
That's a follow-up series.
I know, isn't
it? Toon lawyers. That's probably a tangent going on at some point.
That's got legs.
It's just like, how does the law work?
Yeah.
Like literally, like just focus on that for a bit.
We could pass the Toon bar. That'd be good.
We could set the Toon bar.
We could set the Toon bar.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
So we left last week on a Bugs Bunny Yosemite Sam episode.
Yeah.
And we've got another one here. It's called Bugs Bunny Rides Again, so it sounds like it's going to have a sort of Western bent.
Yep.
So, you know, Yosemite Sam sort of back in.
Apparently it's a follow-up to Hair Trigger from 1945. But, I mean, we've seen follow-ups before, and they've just not really been a follow-up at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one Hair Trigger was.
Was that not the one where he was robbing the train?
Yeah, that was my guess, but... Yeah, I guess it's just because it's got bugs in it, isn't it? It's called Hair Trigger.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, let's check it out. It's called Bugs Bunny Rides Again, and it's a Bugs Bunny Yosemite Sam number from June 12th, 1948.
Let's watch that.
Few interesting bits to talk about there, then, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So, it's clearly a Wild West one. So the frontier towns still exist.
Yeah, and are still mainly populated with humans.
Yes.
There was no other like animal toons.
Yeah, other than bugs.
Oh, and a skunk.
Oh yeah,
One skunk.
That skunk was there.
It was all dudes.
Yeah, but it was. I think the skunk was there mainly to be part of the gag.
Yeah, but I guess so. But like, what would be in it for him, or is that just commitment to the bit?
Yeah, he just really likes it. Like maybe his toon power is anytime somebody says like a skunk gag, he just appears there.
He just goes.
And he's
in.
like, oh,
that's why he has like a little like bindle.
Yeah.
he's a traveling.
Yeah, he's a traveling bit man.
He's a traveling bit man.
He's a traveling bit man.
So we saw the iconic Yosemite Sam come in under the saloon doors.
Yeah.
Moment, which is good fun.
Yeah,
it's nice to see Yosemite Sam fully into his element because he's been sort of flitting around trying different stuff.
Yeah, he's been doing different bits, hasn't he?
You know, he tried being a pirate for a bit and things like that. So it's like he's gone. No, I was right to begin with. I'm a Wild West man.
Yeah,
let's focus on that. Bugs, for some reason, has also decided he's a Wild West man.
Yeah,
I think he knows he isn't. I think he's just got something to do.
Yeah, I think he just likes to be, involved, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
and he loves a costume.
Absolutely, he loves a costume. He loves an outfit.
Yeah, so if he's like, oh, there's a reason to put a costume on, I'm in. Let's go.
And he loves impressions. So he was there. He's doing his Gary Cooper bit.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, when we first see him though, like Yosemite Sam comes in, basically clears out everyone in the bar, and Bugs doesn't.
I don't know why though.
It's like, oh, I want an empty pub.
Yeah,
please.
It's like I want no atmosphere. I want everyone scared of me.
But I don't know. That's his vibe. He's got to rebuild his reputation. He's been off pirating for a bit, and he's gone. That's not worked out. I need to rebuild my street cred.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
He does a good job though.
Which is why he's got his maroon chaps on. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bugs won't leave the bar. Interesting though, talking about people liking being involved. When we first see Bugs, there's like names all scratched into the wood.
Yeah, carved into the wood.
And it's got Mike, Frizz, and
PJ.
PJ's on the other side, and Ted.
Yeah,
on one side, which is going to be Fritz Freelang and Mike Maltese, and I don't really know who Ted is. Well, I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah,
there's definitely a Ted something. I'm sure
there is a Ted.
Pierce. Ted Pierce.
That could be Ted Pierce.
Is that rings a bell? And then on the other side, there's PJ. We didn't know who that was. So we looked that up, and apparently he's a background artist.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've just entered the Tooniverse.
I reckon he's the person who, when someone's got to go undercover for the agency, he's the one who works out all their sort of cover.
He works out their background artist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm a background man.
That's his deal. He's a forger for the agency.
Yeah.
But a bit feckless of them to... when travelling in the Tooniverse.
I think they'd obviously just got drunk in that saloon though, and you'd just been like,
well, yeah, I think so. And I think like that they must have been on some sort of mission together.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's just like a
either
memento.
that or it's a like a meeting place, to kind of like transfer like kind of notes or hand over like briefcases, so that you mark your name on the post when you've made your drop, and then somebody else comes in.
I don't think you'd use your name that directly though.
But none of them used their full names. They all used like kind of nicknames for themselves.
Well, Mike doesn't count as a nickname.
Depends what his real name is.
Michael. like I don't know what you wanted from me there.
Your real name might not be Michael though. Like we're just assuming the information we're getting here is the correct information. Their real names, because why would they put their real names on a wiki site? That's silly.
Why would they put their real names on the door of a Western saloon?
Well, I'm saying they didn't know. That's the thing.
No, but I reckon they. No, I think I'm more on board with like they were just drunk in the saloon. They were on some sort of mission. Maybe it was after a successful,
possibly,
foray into the Tooniverse. They, boys will be boys.
And they just carved their name into the wall.
Wood. What they didn't know is that it was going to be focused on so directly by the portal at any point. Because Bugs is there.
Well, maybe Bugs wanted to just draw attention to it, and that's why he stood there.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Maybe Bugs is going rogue.
Yeah.
He's always been a bit rogue, but we've always presumed
he's going a bit more
I've always
rogue.
presumed he has some connection to the agency, but maybe not. Bugs and Porky and Daffy.
Yeah.
Maybe not Bugs.
Maybe
Who
not.
knows? We've not really been given.
Well, because he's a bit of a loose cannon as Bugs, isn't he?
Or maybe not Bugs yet.
Ah, right.
Maybe he's trying to show the agency that he's onto them.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's trying to draw attention.
I know
He's
what
like,
you're about.
Yeah, here's
so,
me.
You know, do with that information what you want. It's a power play.
Yeah.
Bugs. So the other thing that came up was this word maroon again.
Yeah, Bugs keeps calling Yosemite Sam a maroon.
And, like, with Who Framed Roger Rabbit having happened the previous year, 1947, in our world, like, we know that for a good few years before that, Maroon Toons has been a thing. And, like, we had it down as sort of, like, it's not a Tooniverse in and of itself. It's, like, Toontown is something that RK Maroon built for Toons who didn't live in the Tooniverse, who lived in our world,
but in his town.
In Toontown. And we thought there'd probably be some sort of stigma to that. Yeah. Like, and that they're also sort of the absolute just wackiest ones. Like,
they do seem to be the ones,
insane.
like the ones that are just taking it a bit far.
Like Bugs, you feel like you could have a conversation with Bugs. Yeah. But the Maroon Toons, it's just like, what? Like,
it's like, what's happening here?
This is intense.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think Yosemite Sam's a Maroon.
Yeah, no, I think he is.
Because we saw him in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
And we hadn't seen him much before.
And Bugs does keep using it like a slur.
Yeah. And he was wearing his maroon chaps.
He was
now, we know he's
chaps.
trying to rebuild his street cred at this point after taking some time out from the regular Wild West banditry game to try his hand at piracy.
Yeah.
He's wearing his maroon chaps because I think it's colours. I think it's like
he's got his gang colours on.
He's got his gang colours on.
Yeah.
He's representing, and Bugs ain't taking kindly to it.
No, he's not. But I mean, it does seem that Yosemite Sam has moved more permanently into the Tooniverse.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's stepped through and he's like, nah, I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, but I think that's why he's always been sort of an outsider and a bit of an outlaw. Like, we've never really seen Yosemite Sam getting on that way. He had his brother. Yeah, there was another very similar looking character at some point.
Yeah, there was.
I can't remember really, but that relationship definitely soured quickly.
Yeah, it did. Well, it was when Daffy first met them, and he was coming round, and it was in the winter, and they were going to eat him.
Yes, they were going to eat him.
Yeah.
So maybe his brother starved to death.
Maybe he did. Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
Yosemite Sam ate him. Oh God.
He is a Lovecraftian horror from beyond the pale.
He really is. Well, there's a thought.
So there's a thought. But yeah, most of the rest of the episode just involves Bugs trying to chase down Yosemite Sam. Yosemite Sam is a better cowboy than Bugs. It's nice to see occasionally someone be better than Bugs at something.
Yeah, but Bugs can lay bricks.
Unfortunately,
like
they go into
Earth.
He zips through a tunnel, jumps off his horse, and starts laying a brick wall, and Yosemite Sam plows right into it because, as established in like the second episode we ever watched, the one with the monkey building commissioner.
Yes.
So like in that second episode, it basically revolved around Porky building a building quicker than another guy with the help of a elite bunny bricklayer.
Yeah.
Who did it with his ears? And
yes.
He
he was so quick.
So what Yosemite Sam didn't count on is that rabbits are naturally inclined to be some of the fastest brickies in the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can use your ears to start laying. I mean, if I could lay bricks with my ears, God, so quick,
so fast.
Yeah, I'd be bricklayer rather than podcaster.
I know. I mean, are you imagining having bunny-like ears and laying, or are you imagining laying bricks with your ears?
I couldn't lay bricks with my ears.
Because
ridiculous.
I don't think they're long enough for it to be. Even if you could hold a brick with your ears,
that would be impressive.
Yeah, like the strain on your neck after all, just moving that around that quickly just to turn your head.
Yeah. Imagine how hench your neck would be.
I mean, I think it would be broken.
No, I mean, like not if you started off with like smaller bricks, like Lego bricks.
You start
with
Tyler.
Lego.
You start as a tiler.
Yeah.
And then you move up to bricks.
Yeah.
Once
you've built the neck strength.
Yeah.
And then you get into dry stone walling.
Yeah. So you can do the simple like garden wall affair.
Yeah.
And then like once your neck's strong enough, you can do like a block and brick sort of full, insulated wall situation because you can get those breeze blocks going on. And then I think dry stone walling, it's not necessarily like you're lugging. Like you just don't know.
It's the awkward shapes. That's the thing.
It's the awkward shapes. Yeah. That takes a lot of not only neck strength,
yeah,
but like very fine neck control.
Yeah, neck dexterity.
Yeah, or
Ooh.
just get longer bunny ears.
Or just get longer and it'll be easier.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
Stretch them out first before you start working on it.
All right.
That's what the top bricklaying bunnies in the industry advise.
Yeah, they spend a bit of time on the ear rack.
Yeah, their ear
as a kid.
Yeah, their ear profile.
Yeah,
and then start working on the big strong neck.
This is what we've descended into.
I think that's as good a reason as any to go and check out the Porky Piggy Bank.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Let's very short ears on that. Okay, so we make the Space Jam Continuum every week for free.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, just forever.
Forever, and it's not going to change. That's what forever means. Hopefully, we're not doing it forever. Like a year and a half, maybe we've got left. Maybe 2.
Depends. What if we might get in too deep.
How we might get, but forever.
Well, we just don't know.
We've got to get a Space Jam eventually.
But for us to do it forever, or even for the potential year and a half, yeah. We could do with a little bit of help from your end. We're, like, firstly, all of you who listen, thank you so much. It's good to know we're not in this alone.
Yeah.
But there's a few little things you could do to help us out. I mean, principally, just tell some people.
Oh yeah, tell loads of people. Like us on iTunes. Review us.
If you like the show, there's a high chance other people will like the show.
I should imagine so.
So just drop a little recommendation. If you listen on iTunes, please take a minute of your time to leave us a review, because it really helps our visibility, and we don't crop up in various lists simply because we don't have enough ratings.
Yeah.
So please, if you like the show and you want to help us out, just take a moment of your time.
I've got an example of a review.
Okay.
This is great. I really like it. You should listen to it. 5 stars.
That's good. It's a good example. You don't you can give us a bad review if you want. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, just as long as there's something. I mean, preferably don't give us a bad review. If you're listening at this point, you probably wouldn't be thinking about a bad review. Because if you're in this deep, you're probably thinking,
you've got to justify your sunk cost at this point.
Exactly.
Otherwise, over on kaiju.fm, which is the network we're a part of, there's a bunch of other great shows you can listen to. There's Lore Masters, which is a D&D, like little nuggets of inspiration for your D&D campaign.
Yeah, it's really handy.
There's The Prestige, movie podcast.
You're on that at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got one more to do.
Yeah.
One more to do. And then there's Cal's other podcast, By the Mash Tun.
Yeah, it's a home brewing based one. We brew beer, we drink the beer, and we talk about the beer. That's it's very beer based.
It's beer centric.
If you like beer, you're probably gonna like that.
You do that with Mike and his dulcet tones.
He's got such a radio voice.
It's
amazing. It's
just
like,
for that.
It's like I could listen to him talk about anything. But it's like, there you go.
So give that a go. So there's tons of stuff to enjoy over there. There is also, if you're feeling particularly supportive. If you click support us over at kaiju.fm, Rob, who runs the network, has set up a Patreon page, and there's various goodies you can get.
Yeah.
And for as little as $1 a month, you could really, really help us keep the whole thing afloat. And if you go and listen to those other great shows, it's so little money per episode.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like that just goes directly towards support, like keeping the network running, as opposed to anything else.
Yeah, like we're not going to be raking in the dollar. That's Warner Brothers' job.
Exactly. We're still waiting on the Warner Brothers dollar to come through.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing that it's just got lost in the mail.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because they must have cut that check ages ago.
The best thing we can do to get that Warner Brother dollar in is to carry on doing our good hard work for Warner Brothers Entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if we start doing that immediately, that'd be good.
Okay, let's get back to work.
All right, then.
What are we watching, Cal?
We're going to be watching The Upstanding Sitter, which is Daffy and Hector.
Hector? Do you think it's going to be Hector this time?
Well, I mean, it can't be the other dog because he's dead. So I'm guessing it's going to have to be either Hector or another Hector-like dog.
I mean, in the notes here, we've got Cinecolor on both of them, and I'm wondering if it was a product of some sort of, new fancy coloration that they go, shall we make Hector brown?
Or Cinecolor is the name of some sort of cloning agency. How do you feel about them apples?
How do you feel about them apples? Let's find out how we feel about them apples. In The Upstanding Sitter, it's a Daffy and Hector number from July 3rd, 1948. I have quite a lot of questions about this now.
Yeah?
Like, the Hector situation, like Daffy's whole situation. I think it's probably easiest if we just go through the general flow of the episode and deal with them as they come up.
Like, Daffy is working as a sitter for a sitting agency. Now, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, he seems to actually be holding it together.
Yeah, like he's like it's calmed him right down. Or he's calmed himself down to hold the job.
Well, like he was definitely doing like a little recital of like an oath at the start. And like I think it's working. I think like he's managing to keep this sort of his
daffiness
constitution
under control.
in his brain enough to keep his daffiness under control, so he can at least hold down a job.
What I did find interesting,
because he's their star sitter as well.
He is their star sitter, and at no point did he use his toon powers to fly.
Yes,
and he could have, but he didn't. He was like, "No, I'm a member of society. I'm holding down a job. I'm not going to use my toon powers."
Yeah, but surely he can fly. Because that was one of the things I was going to ask. But let's go through the flow of the episode. But like, so he goes to exit.
Yeah. An egg.
An egg.
Yeah.
But the egg. Well, the mother goes out obviously, and then the egg hatches, and this jaded little chick comes out. There's like the standard sort of, "Oh, mama. Oh no, I'm not your mother. Papa." It's like, no. And then he's like, uncle, cousin, first
he just
cousin.
goes through all of it.
Well, he doesn't go through it like that because he goes through three: uncle, cousin, first cousin. Then you're a stranger.
Yeah.
It's like, the family structure is incredibly built in to.
Well, I'm wondering what the mother was reading that egg.
Yeah.
Like, because you know how like when women are pregnant, if you read to the baby, it's supposed to be here and it's supposed to do some good. So I'm wondering whether or not they heard the same thing, and the mother has been reading to the egg, but has just been reading, I don't know, like the local news or, just like really terrible things that you shouldn't be reading to an egg.
What should you be reading to an egg?
Chicken Run.
That would make him. That would be harrowing. That would make him jaded.
Yeah. Animal Farm.
Yeah,
that wasn't written then though.
But that is like very much in line with the kind of thing I think he must have been being read, because he's very jaded. Like
Attila the Hen.
Like, he scares the shit out of himself. It's like, I'm going to be out on my own. Like, no, it's fine. No, I'm going to be out there with all the chicken
tigers,
tigers,
dogs. Doesn't seem bothered by the dog, though. He was like, dogs are going to chase me. And then Hector was in there. But he didn't seem bothered by that.
Anyway, the chick leaves.
Yeah.
And he just goes, I'll see you then, stranger.
Yeah.
And Daffy spends most of the episode trying to get the chick back. Now, yeah, as you brought up, like, this would have been very easy if Daffy just flew.
Yeah.
Now, I know he usually uses his toon powers to fly in a weird and exciting way.
Yes.
But he's still a duck. Like, he still fly.
Yeah.
So why not?
I have no good answer for it, other than, maybe like once they've got that level of sentience, maybe they've lost the ability to fly.
It's possible. Like Kenku in D&D.
Yeah.
They can't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
They have dreams of flying all the time.
Yeah, so possibly like his toon power, just fortunately, is that he can fly, which is why we never see him fly properly.
Is it because his wings are too much like arms now?
Probably. I mean, if you flap really hard, You can't fly.
Yeah, because I guess also it depends, like, when you have your moment and you become sentient, like, what you're becoming sentient to deal with. And if that required you to need arms...
Well, that's it.
It's like, well, you've got arms now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not wings.
Learn to live with it.
Yeah, because there's definitely a physical change that happens with the moment. And, like, because I'm guessing there must be some sort of change in bone structure and stuff like that to hold that, more upright form.
Yeah.
So the change in bone density,
because we
maybe it's just too heavy.
What Porky would look like before if he was just a pig.
Yeah, exactly.
On his hind legs, he'd just be like a tube looking up.
He would be. Oh, sausage with eyes. So yeah, like possibly his bones are just too dense now, and it's just fortunate that one of his toon powers is the ability to fly.
Yeah,
which is why we never see him flying with flappy arms, because he just doesn't need to.
He does it occasionally, but I think that's just to keep
but
up
as a
appearances.
joke. Yeah, as a joke. This is a joke, doesn't he? Same way we see him swimming through the air.
Hector is in this one. Daffy keeps smashing his house. The first time, like, by accident, but the other 2 times... Well, the second time, Hector seems to try and get his house smashed up. And each time, he comes back on Daffy and, like, smashes him up a bit.
Yeah.
Now, this is grey Hector. We're back to, like, recognisably Hector.
Yes.
But he's far quicker to anger. He's not the level-headed Hector we had in the past. And I'm starting to adjust my viewpoint and think that Hector isn't necessarily super level-headed. He just wants the easy life, and like by whatever means. Because also we've noticed that whenever he's got a kennel, it's just got a different name above it.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. He's like, call me whatever you want. Just
call me whatever you want, as long as I've got my good little house.
Yeah.
And I think after the first smashing of the house this time, he was deliberately repairing it getting smashed up by Daffy, such that like he had a number of incidents he could report to whoever. It's like, this duck smashed my house.
Yeah.
So he could get on insurance a better house.
Yeah. But like maybe he just wanted an extension.
Because I don't think he likes work. Like he's the foreman of Sylvester. He doesn't do anything.
No.
He just tells Sylvester to do it. And most of the time we see him, he's asleep in a new kennel.
He is.
With a new name. He's a bit of a freeloader.
Yeah, but I mean, it's possible. Like he's just, he's had a bit of a hard life. Like maybe the war wasn't too friendly to him, and now he's just like, no.
Yeah, but Daffy has pulled his shit together. And now he's the star sitter at a sitting agency.
That is true.
And the war, we know, was not kind to Daffy.
So Hector really should be learning from Daffy.
Yeah, but
that's not something you should ever thought I'd really say.
Yeah, that's not.
You should learn some lessons from Daffy Duck.
Yeah. You could take a shining example from
ideas.
Daffy Duck.
Yeah, buck up your ideas, pal.
Yeah.
Look at Daffy. He's sorting himself out.
I imagine Hector was in the war. Like, but like, yeah, he could learn a thing or two from Daffy Duck.
I think so.
Like, he's plucky, isn't he?
Yeah. He knows what he's about.
But yeah, so yeah, most of the episode just revolves around Daffy trying to get this chick back. He doesn't.
No.
And after the third house smashing, he calls the agency and says that he's getting spanked by Hector at the time, that he's going to have to do all of his sitting standing up from now on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it ended.
And that's the end of the episode. And like,
so I'm guessing Mother comes home at that point and reins in the chick.
Yeah, but I imagine he's not going to be the star sitter at this sitting agency anymore.
I mean, I thought maybe the mother just knows what Hector / Spike is like, and just like, okay.
Yeah, but what about her own child that Daffy just let go out into the world?
That kid was fine.
That's true. The kid was
the kid brought Daffy the phone.
Also, if that's like what chicks are born like.
Yeah, she only needed it watched while it was an egg.
Maybe she just did. Maybe she's not coming back.
Oh God.
Maybe she's like, oh no, this one's nearly out of time, and no one's here to see me go.
So off I go.
Yeah,
no. There's a paper trail though, because she rang the agency.
Yeah, but she could have used a false name.
Yeah, she could have.
Have they cashed that check yet?
That's true. Could bounce.
Nobody knows. That's a question for you, I Squeal, president of the sitting agency. So yeah, it doesn't answer much, but like I like this path we've got, because like I think it's safe to say now we've got a new character, Brown Hector.
Yeah,
he's a different.
Well, I mean, the one we saw is dead now, but yeah.
Yeah, but I know. Keep an eye out for incorrectly coloured Hectors, because thinking about it, with his athletic prowess, Like, it kind of makes sense for him to be like a superhuman clone of some kind.
Yeah. But I mean,
and they're just trying to get the demeanor right. They're just trying to get
possibly that's why Hector's always under a different name. Maybe he's trying to get away from the people who were cloning because they took some fur.
Yeah, well, maybe he's like, maybe he's like Hector 6. Like, he's just they're just reiterating and trying to get the temperament right.
Yeah,
and like Cinecolor sort of started this program during the war.
Yeah. It's to try and make some super soldiers.
Yeah, and that's why his temperament's all over the place. Sometimes he's so I reckon the one who's the foreman of Sylvester was either like where they stopped and went like that's good.
Yeah,
we like that better, or he wasn't
aggressive
enough.
Yeah,
and they're just trying to get that balance right. Could this be connected to the super serum and the supercows that Bugs tried to stop? Way back when he tried to stop the world from becoming a hideous super mutant ruled wasteland.
So at some point, are we going to see Bugs try and do like a Cinecolor raid and shut down their lab and go around assassinating Hectors?
It's possible. It's definitely something to keep looking out for, because we know there was a super mutant issue.
There was, yeah,
or potentially was going to be, and maybe this has seen a resurgence a bit later. It's a bit like Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
You can postpone it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
But it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's something to look out for.
Wow.
We will look out for it next week, where the episode you made a noise about earlier will happen, and we can enjoy that.
Yeah.
So until next week, then. Thank you for listening. You can find me, as mentioned earlier. I've got one more episode of the Prestige podcast to do with Rob over on Kaiju.
Yep.
We'll be watching Isle of Dogs, the latest Wes Anderson film, and concluding my stint on the Prestige podcast. I'm also over on Merely Role Players at the moment, being a secret agent with a bad Scottish accent.
How's that working
out? Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah?
Pretty well, I reckon.
Good.
So you can find that at Merely Roleplay on Twitter, or just search Merely Role Players wherever you listen to podcasts.
And you can find me on By the Mashton. There's me and Mike. We're doing a homebrew podcast where we're going to drink some beer, make some beer, and have a nice little chat about beer.
And that's over on Kaiju
It
as
is,
well.
Yeah, it is.
So just head over to kaiju.fm.
There's a whole world of stuff there.
Until next week, where we'll join you again for the Space Jam Continuum. Until then,
bye!